Okay, so here's a quick video of what this assembly should look like when you get done. The parts that should move will be like such. Let's see here. Parts that will move. This piece should be fixed, so don't. It should not move. But when you move this wedge piece here, for instance, when you move that, the wedge and the washer and this adjusting nut should move with it, and they should all move along that adjusting screw in unison. I don't care where you place that otherwise, but that should move together. Now the piece down here at the bottom, that should not move. It should be centered on that hole, obviously. But then I believe I asked for 3/8 of an inch distance between the bottom face of the tool post body and this face right here on the bolt. So 3/8 of an inch distance there. These two square screws, those can move. I really don't care where those are located, but those should be, of course, they should be centered on both of those holes. So those I'm not too concerned about. The nut and the washer should stay on the relative to the tool body. They should not move, and I don't necessarily want these two pieces to move. They are centered on the holes, but I don't want those to move, and I'd like to have a distance of 1/4 of an inch from this outer face on this hex socket head screw, set screw, to the face on the tool post. So 1/4 inch on that, I believe, is what it calls for on the instructions. So that's basically how that thing goes together. Of course, all the bolts and such are centered on the tool post body. And then also note that, let's see if we can hide this here real quick. This piece, there's a flat in there, and let's hide this one. There's a flat right there that those two flats have to line up with the wedge, and then this piece, the flats on it should be parallel to the faces on these on the tool post body. So that should all line up and be centered. The wedge itself should be centered on this screw as well. So just a couple of things there that you want to make sure happen. But otherwise, oh, and then the face of that adjusting screw should just be flush with the face of the tool post body. I believe that's how that fits in there. Let's make it that way, even if it doesn't fit. But I think that's, if we look at that from a static perspective, notice it's flush and there's no difference in the hole there. So that should be what we would want on that. Okay, so that's basically how that thing goes together. And the commercial parts that you're going to have to create will be the square bolts, the hex socket head set screws, and that might be it. Let's see. That's a square bolt. Looks like the hex nut, maybe. I was thinking that was that and the plain washer were in X, but if they're not, then you'll have to create those as well. So good luck.